Hello and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we are reviewing from CT Toys and Aliexpress a Batman or Beatman Hush. So I've seen a lot of CT Toys about a lot of people going on about the Wolverine and stuff, which I kind of wanted to dabble in, but I just never really wanted to. But yeah, I've always wanted a decent Batman figure, 6-inch, to go alongside with my Marvel Legends, etc. I have purchased a few Batman in the past from McFarlane, and they never ever impress me. I just don't like the just the way the figures pose. I think they always look a little bit too leggy, and they're never in the same sort of proportion as Superman, and it's really hard to get a duo in my mind's eye anyway. But yeah, this guy looks fantastic. I must admit, I've already got him out of the box a couple of times, took some pictures already, but I wanted to do a review, and I've got a kind of a makeshift area. A lot of things are going on behind the scene at the moment, just to bring you up to date. But yeah, I still wanted to bring this out to you guys, so just to say how cool this guy is. So yeah, it's my first CT bootleg kind of figure. He's based on the Mafex Batman, and yeah, he is phenomenal, honestly. And he's under £20. I think I picked him up for like £15.56, which is absolutely insane for this figure. Yeah, so general box is kind of like a bit of a rip-off, I think. We've got the Batman down here looking really nice and thingy. He's got a bit more paint applications down here. He's a little bit more basic to the actual figure itself. On the side here, we've got Batman looking a little bit more grim once again. And on the back, we've got some nice sort of poses. He's got the gargoyle stand down here, which he actually comes with. He's got an extra acrylic stand, batarangs, kind of his, you know, back kind of shooting gun with a rope grapple gun, and extra hands, and I mean extra hands. So yeah, this guy is looking great. He doesn't look as sort of shaded here as he does there. It's kind of basic grey, but yeah, he looks fantastic. So just get him out of the box. The box itself comes from Aliexpress, and it's made of that sort of like cheaper cardboard. It was a little bit damaged in sort of transit, unfortunately, so we have got this dentation and stuff on there. It is a little bit fuller on the inside. We actually got the gargoyle kind of stand here, which I'll go through with the actual review itself. And then we got the acrylic stand as well that you have to put to kind of, like, you just add it in there, and it's in a little baggie in the back. But we can actually pull this guy out, just to show you exactly what you get with the actual figure. So his batarangs are fallen down here. I've actually lost one little batarang already, but he comes with like the two of the larger ones as well. Got the small grapple gun. We've got the grapple gun with an extra wire that's coming out of it, so we've got shooting, relaxed hands, grappy hands, hands with claws, and Batman himself. And yeah, it's fantastic. So I guess without further ado, I'll go away and actually bring out an actual review for this guy, and he is phenomenal. So welcome back. We've been away, and yeah, I have taken some pictures of this guy, and wow, this figure is absolutely amazing. Blown away. And I've got my pinnacle Batman. I could actually go away and sell the rest of my McFarlane figures, because I only need one Batman on the shelf. You know, I kind of would like a blue and black Batman, you know, very much of the animated one. And there is a blue version of this, although CT Toys doesn't make that one. That is a Mafex one, which is about 90 quid. So this one at the moment for me is fantastic. It is a really great figure. I do love my Batman. I was a really big fan of the animated series and the 90s and the 80s movies. Not so much into the 2000s. I just feel like they played on the dark aspect a little bit too much. And I get it, that is Batman, but it just makes everything feel a little bit samey at that same time. But yeah, this guy is fantastic. So we get away, we can actually go into his kind of accessories here. So first of all, we start off with the boring one. It comes with an acrylic stand on here. You have to add these little bits in separately, but you can spin this bit around. Really nice articulated one. It can go all the way around on this part, and we can bend down and down on this bit. This can rotate as well, which is really nice, and on the big base, and you can make it up this end or around. So it's up to you how you base it around to get that kind of weight trajectory in there. So a really nice one on this bit, and these are really tight as well, so it'll work on quite a few figures as well. So yeah, a really nice one. This is actually removable. You can actually pop this out if you want to do so, and we can put that over that side, and then we could bring in his secondary base. If you wanted to put this on the shelf and have him sort of pegged on the side of it, you know. So for a more, I don't know, rather than just doing it for photography, you might want to just perch this guy on the edge of a shelf, and this bit on here will hold him in and more secure in those wine lines there, so you can have him sort of looking over the edge of the gargoyle. But yeah, taking this off, we can actually closer look at this, and this is actually really nice. It is solid plastic, it is quite hard. We've got all the kind of like washing on there, we've got grey and the dark wash on that part, and then you've got the gargoyle as well, looking really nice in the details, catches the light really nice as well. Unfortunately underneath it does lose its kind of like sort of, I don't know if the official one is a bit like that. I kind of wish it went straight down. Just underneath it kind of looks fleshy, it kind of looks like it's supposed to be like a real creature, but on the top it is all stony and stuff. So we've got the extra kind of brickwork around on there. So if you've got a sort of diorama, or you've got those foam boards that we've used before in the past, you could actually kind of extend it out and maybe make this a little bit more grayer to make it sort of stand out. But yeah, it's a fantastic piece, and definitely really good for you, for like photographers out there, if you need something like this as well. Now it comes with bundles and bundles of other accessories as well. I don't want to go over them way too much, but yeah, it gives you so much what you can do with this guy as well. Is what I mean. It's like the pinnacleist Batman here. We got a simple batarang. As I said, it comes with two. Unfortunately, I did use one for a photo at some point, and I put it down in the wrong place, and it went. But yeah, so we've got a small little batarang on this part, and then we have these larger batarangs as well. Looking at these bits on there, so just all in a silver metallic sort of like paintwork or plastic, does the job, and they do say so. And then we have the grapple gun as well on this bit, but they do actually come with attached hands, and we have a left and right for that one, depending on what you want to do for the actual photo or how you want to display them. So you have either or, and then you've got these little tiny holes at the bottom, which when you can use these grapple guns into place. So a little bit of a push. Sometimes these holes are a little bit odd and a little bit hard, but yeah, you can have it ready to sort of fire and ready to go, or you can put in the larger hook, which is on this one here, with a longer wire, and this is sturdy as anything, this wire on here, and yeah, you can just plug it straight into that hole, and then you can have it ready. It's like fired off into the distance. So yeah, really cool, and it gives you both of those options there, are really nice. The other hands that it comes with, so we've got bog standard ones on here. These are simple fists, closed fists, and then we have these other ones with slightly a little bit more relaxed hands. They're kind of sort of fists on there, but they actually got a hole on the inside, and there you can actually put the sort of like the cape and stuff in there, so to make him look like it's holding it, or you can even use the batarangs. But these ones here are the grippy ones, which are mainly used for the batarangs and stuff on there, or any other kind of sort of objects that you got for Batman to hold. You can see you've got a very simple sort of like hole on the inside there, but I'll show you how to change over those hands just in a bit. But yeah, you got those kind of hands on there. We have slightly sort of relaxed hands as well, left and right, just sort of for simple gesturing and stuff. And then we have even sort of like open hand palmed ones for like sort of like wall crawling, or sort of like jumping down in menacing kind of form kind of hands as well, or even grippy hands to put around someone's neck. And then we have these kind of sort of like Wolverine claws, knuckle guards, punching ones as well. So yeah, really cool, and extra kind of gadgets on the hands as well, which is fantastic. And then the other one is his grippy mouth head as well, so really good looking details on there, and with the black paint work and stuff. So yeah, looking really nice. Simple movements on this as well. So with this head, you've got the kind of normal stoic kind of face on this one, just looking around and down, looking on this, but you can easily just pop off. It's just like this simple tiny little ball joint on there, and you've got the kind of mechanism on the inside there, and it just pop on straight away. With the hands, sometimes a little bit awkward. They have got a very small kind of nub part on there, so being a bootleg and etc, I would say just be careful. This might easily snap, and don't push too hard. I'm trying to get the light on there, but there's a tiny little hole on the inside, and once it's in, it pushes in. But sometimes the other hands, they just feel a little bit off, like maybe the hole is not in the right area that you think like it might be going down diagonally and stuff. So just be careful when you're pushing it on and don't push too hard. But yeah, what a fantastic figure on there. Now we can go through the articulation for this guy, and wow, what this one has got. He's got left, he's got right, he can look down this far, he can look right up as well. Upper neck movement, lower neck movement, you got tilt and swagger and all that in there as well. So really nice kind of figure on this part. On the arms, comes up this far. We've got a butterfly joint on there as well, so you can get really good cross on there, throwing those batarangs and stuff around. And it goes back as far as well, so you can do some swooping down from the sort of rooftops as well. Arm comes up this far as well on the shoulder, and then we've got full rotation around. Upper bicep movement as well. Full double elbow joint on there, rocker, and obviously the kind of pivot as well at the sort of wrist. Just be careful on that little joint as well, as I said. Then diaphragm, we got sort of like tilt, forward, back, and then we've got ball joint as well, so you can actually crunch forward loads and crunch back further as well. Leg wise, he can actually do the splits almost forward. He can do a kick, bringing it up, and then sort of like back, not so much. The upper knee, well, the upper thigh joint movement is up here, which I kind of wish it was down here. There is times that I want to get him into that kind of pose position, but because his thigh cut is up the top here, you can't swing his legs around to get that real kind of knee down, unfortunately. Double knee, as you can see here, really kicks around all the way, pretty much all the way up to his butt. No sort of boot movement down here, unfortunately. You've got a rocker and a pivot, and you've got toe articulation, which is fantastic. And that, I would say, is all his sort of like articulation. But we haven't talked about his cape, which is actually on a wired cape as well. A lot of people saying online that this guy is got an oversized cape, but man, I absolutely love it. I love a fantastic oversized Batman cape. You can do jumping off building tops, swaying in the wind. You can bring it right around, and it relaxes on the floor, which is, you know, where he comes up from the shadows and stuff as well. Absolutely great. It's got a couple of wires in there. You've got two main wires at the front. These are a lot more sturdier than the other wires, and then there's a wire on the side on there. It just doesn't hold the weight as much, but with support of the first wire and around, you can really get them sort of like swaying in the wind, coming up and stuff like that. So yeah, really great cape in my opinion, and that's what makes it a Pinnacle Batman cloth cape. You know, done well. It's a real nice strong plastic like fabric as well. Nothing ever, Black Series has never made anything of this nice material. You know, it's got a proper weight to it. It feels nice. It feels like an actual cape, rather than sort of like a little bit of fabric that's just been cut off. And yeah, absolutely phenomenal. Coming through the actual figure, we can go through his details. And as I said, it's kind of basic, but gets the look across really well. The sculpt is great. You've got the white eyes, the mouth, you've got all that extra paintwork in there. Nothing's very sloppy, just a few oversprays maybe in certain areas. But yeah, I mean, the bat eyes, the bat ears and stuff looks great. Around with that cowl as well, so it's got a separated piece to the fabric on there. Bringing up the back, you can see all his musculature, and you've got all those sort of pouches for his utility belt, and then down on his legs. Very sort of thing on there. You've got the little fins on his hands. Again, the utility belt, no sort of bat logo or anything on there, but obviously this is based on the bootleg, the Mafex one. And then you got the sculptured in kind of like bat sort of like print on there as well. So yeah, really nice looking, really great Batman. Highly recommended, especially for the price that it is at the moment. I would 100% run out there and buy it. Do I condone bootlegs? Of course I do. This guy is fantastic. So don't forget, go out, purchase it right now before it's too late and you start crying online. And then I forgot to do height comparison. So here he is next to the McFarlane Superman, which doesn't go with anything of the size that I collect, but they're the only way I could get it. I'm kind of looking forward to what Mattel bring out, but for now, if they bring out a Superman sort of Mafex one, I can be completely over it. We have the Marvel Legends Final Swing Spider-Man, so he's a little bit shorter than other Marvel Legends. I did have the regular Spider-Man around somewhere, but I think he's swung off for now. And then obviously we've got the Street Fighter line that we're currently collecting as well. So you can see that they fall in that kind of 6-inch line, and he looks fantastic. So thanks again. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!